Hello, baby dolls. Let's talk about XEN and its new coin, FENIX. Let's just call it FENIX. You have a closed circle Ponzi game happening. I've made a video on this. You can see here, XEN, is it going to be a circular Ponzi or a big success? This is nothing new. And FENIX is literally just hex with 50 years staking. And of course, you buy the coin, it mints, it burns XEN, right? So this is what they do. They just don't worry about the mechanics. This is not new to crypto. This has happened time and time again. So my comment here, right? So XEN's releasing another coin in the ecosystem called FENIX. It's just a clone of Hex. The purpose is to burn XEN. I predicted this with the deep video on closed circle Ponzi game mechanics. These are not new to crypto. The goal is to distract you from hyperinflationary coin A. It doesn't have to be hyperinflationary. It could just be that the original owners, there's like a closed inner circle who own a lot of coin A. They're just trying to massage and groom you away from the fact that it's got a lot of inflation out. Like, hey, don't think about that. Go focus on B. Go focus on C. All right, so we're going to go through this because, we're not going to rule anything out. We're not going to rule anything out. If there are going to be pumps that come to this from somewhere, we have to be early, okay? So look no further than Hex on the left, all right? And we've got XEN on the right. So I want to know. Obviously, they're different time frames. This is just the start. Yeah, XEN's down 99.89%. It's actually 99.99% on the other chart. So I want you to know that when we are looking at this, you got to understand why a coin goes up in the first place, right? Someone places USDC into the pool. So we have Hex, and then we have USDC, okay? That's the pool. There's a pool right here. Hex, USDC. So what happened is, this is why it went up in the first place, right here. Right, that pump, this pump, I would think, guessing, was Richard Hart released a coin, he gave it out. He gave it out for free. You got it with your Bitcoin free claim, okay? And he gave it out for free, and what he did was, he did something no one would have expected. He placed a poop load of USDC into the pool, and what he did was he took Hex out of the pool. Okay, you see that? He placed USDC in. So you know how a pump and dump, where people try to get everyone else to place USDC in the pool so they can take it out? No, Richard Hart just did the pump part, and that's why it went up. He demonstrated to the market that this is a legit thing. And yes, you may think it's a scam. However, his actions are placing USDC into the pool. If you really believe it's him, right? So, wink, wink. So, and he took Hex out. He demonstrated that he thinks Hex is rare. And when you think about it, a lot of people get scared about this. They say, no, we want the free market to determine that. But let me tell you something. What's the difference between, like, someone else doing it? What's the difference between Elton John doing it and buying it, or Richard? There is no difference. You just care about the money going up. That's it. The price goes up, and people learn from that. And they go, okay, I wonder if this is a trend. And, people don't even wonder. They start assuming it's a trend. And they continue. And guess what happened? Woohoo! Woo! Happened and continued again. This distance, it's long amount of gains here, man. 6,000, wow, 7,000x. Even if you do it from day one, Uniswap to the top, 2,540x. All right, so there's no excuses here. So that's why a coin goes up. Now let's look at XEN, right? Let's look at XEN. So XEN also has a pool. You have XEN, USDC. Okay, so effectively, It's the same as every other coin. A coin's made, to hand it out, you minted it. But now, is anybody placing USDC into the pool? Is anybody doing that? Let's get the chart. I want to show you the chart right here. Let's check the chart. Okay, we've got it right here, friends. Still loading. All right, so we've got XEN right here, and the liquidity is 430k. It did go up a bit. We have this little thing rally from the FENIX pump, but on average, what's been happening? The liquidity's been going up as it's been going down, but no one's been actually buying this thing. They have not been buying it. What's been happening is, as the price has been going down, they've been adding LP, right? They've been providing liquidity, which is definitely Jack and his team, whatever. You get the point, right? So, but he's doing the inverse of Hex. He's not demonstrating that XEN is rare. What he's doing is just providing liquidity on the way down. And obviously, actually look, it's not obvious. Let me tell you this. If you have one coin where the price goes down, but everybody has it, humans will not respect that like a store of value. Okay? We will respect that coin less because it's everywhere. High supply, low price. We respect the thing that goes up in price. Look no further than the 10,000 examples in crypto, okay? Bitcoin has a religion because of the price going up, okay? We know this. If you can get your price to go up, you become a religion if you can do it for long enough. If your price keeps going down or it struggles, you become more of a car crash. People continuously think it's a car crash, but who's to say that maybe, I mean, look, if Richard Hart pumped his coin, will Jack ever do that? We don't know how much money the guy has. And the fact that we're even talking about this conversation, talking about like, well, is Jack going to pump his coin? I don't think that's the right mindset to have, because now we're assuming this miracle that Richard did, which we're probably never going to see ever again for a long, long, long time. I hope we do, but probably super, super rare. You know, the fact that we saw that, now we're anchoring it in our minds, thinking, yes, why don't you throw your $50 million into your hyperinflationary coin, right? That's the tough part, right? So what's happening, right? So no one is placing USDC into the pool fast enough, right, to replace the XEN coming in. So everybody's minting XEN from the website. Let's do this little box. Everyone's minting XEN, and then they're placing it into the pool. There's two arrows here, and Jack is providing liquidity on the way down, but it's not enough to stop it. Let's just do like a sideways arrow, right? It's just a sideways, one little arrow, right? Actually, this is hyperinflationary. There's three arrows coming in. So you can see a difference. With Hex, USDC was being pumped to demonstrate it. XEN's not having that now. Now, I don't want to be a hater, because most people will just be like, I don't care, I don't like the coin. Look, man, I'll tell you something. You didn't miss Hex if you don't this pump. Let's delete. I want to show you something. You got to have plan B for everything. We're going to do it here. Here we go. So this pump, all right, from day one Uniswap, yeah, it went up 128x. Pretty juicy. But you didn't miss the pump. You didn't miss it, right? There was eventually a crash. Yeah, and you can get in and you get 26x. So yeah, it's not the gamble, but this was after it demonstrated that there is somebody who values this thing. Okay, so you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss it. If you go down here, 30, 40x, it's still big, man, right? Actually, the price, I think, this is the market cap. So if you actually go to, let's quickly look at Hex's, let's look at Hex USDC. Yeah, it's 126x. So that's a market cap dominance I'm looking up. So over 100x win. All right, we kill it. Doesn't really matter. You still kill it. Can something like that happen with XEN? Well, that's the risk, man. That's the risk. Is somebody going to come in and say, you know what? I believe XEN is rare, and I'm going to start taking it out of the Uniswap pool. Is someone going to come and do that? Now we have to look at game mechanics, man, because now you have a token, FENIX. You have a token, FENIX, which is trying to help demonstrate that it's rare. But I'll tell you now, friends, nothing can replace showing rarity like placing USDC in a pool, okay? That is top tier. That's actually how you demonstrate rarity. Just demonstrate something is rare is you place USDC into the Uniswap pool and you take the other coin out. This whole coin, you know, it's closed circle Ponzi game. So you have FENIX, you know, it burns XEN thingy, you know, that thing, it doesn't carry anything, because if it did, we would see other examples out in the wild. We would, you know, so many coins have done this. All the meme coins from 2021, let's burn this, give half to Vitalik. Then we're going to do a burn on the buying and trading. Then we're going to do this. Then there's a proof of tax. Then we're going to minus 5% here and there and go to a treasury. That doesn't do anything. You know why? It's in the name. Closed circle. Okay. Closed circle. That's what it is, right? Closed circle. You got coin A. This is your XEN. Okay. And then you have other stuff. You have B. You have XEN and FT. Right. And then you also have C. You also have C here. C. FENIX. There's probably going to be something else later on. Like, ooh, this coin, if you get... But now with FENIX, you'll be able to stake another coin, sir. You'll get D. Magic coin, woo! I don't know what it is. It's gonna be called something else. It'd be fun if they did. And the whole goal is to just make you forget that XEN does not have anything, any USDC placed in the pool. That's what the trick is. Okay, that's what the illusion is. So right here, there's still heaps of XEN that is minted out there. Now, Trayvon made a video, and I appreciate it does the research, but look. Right now, okay, yeah, our supply is being burnt, it's not coming out, but man, look, at the end of the day, you know, in 300 days, let's look at the price here. So 0.12345199, okay, times 20 million. Every wallet is still, from this price, about 40 bucks, all right? They cost what, like $3 to mint at the time. So they're up $37 per wallet. Okay. This is the insane part, right? And then Trayvon had like 2,500 wallets. So he's still up like 100K here. Assuming he hasn't made any more wallets. He could have, right? And then there's 70 people on top of him. 6.5 million. So this number's going down. Remember at one point, actually the real number might be 10 million because there's so much more bigger on top. So you do 10 million, right? But at one point, this was like 25 million. So the coin dropped even more. So, right, that's $25 million who has to chase a tiny amount of liquidity down here. You see this liquidity number? $25 million to chase that down. That's what we can't forget. So yeah, market cap's going up. Woo, 8.5 million. That doesn't matter, man. That doesn't matter. If you think something's low, just remember this, right? So if you want to buy XEN, right, and you think, okay, look, wow, FENIX, yeah, we're going to burn, do staking and stuff. No one's going to put USDC in the pool because there's a lot of XEN out there coming out anyway. There's going to be people maybe playing this, man. They might actually go, whoa, this might happen. You don't know. But I want you to understand that if we do, even if we go back here, a 10x, okay, so you think, wow, this is like it's so low and cheap, we can do a 10x. Think about this, okay? Think about this. There's $10 million at this price, okay? If you did a 10x in XEN from here, right, because you think, well, you know, it's going to go up and the community is growing, you now have $100 million from the free mints chasing down that tiny liquidity. Think about that. Don't think, okay, the liquidity might move up in the same ratio. Don't think about that. Think about the $100 million part. Right? When it's only like $2 million, right, and the community is big, it's not that much money. It's not a large amount of money, right? You can sift through that. But now think about $100 million. $100 million. Think about you have 70 people in a room, okay, and they have $100 million to themselves, but there's a door, and whoever walks out the door first gets only $4 million. All right. But there's 70 people. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think 70 people are going to all agree to each other and say, we are going to not take the $4 million available? You know, so you have literally $100 million, right? And there's a door with $4 million, right? $4 million if you quit, if you exit now. So $100 million net worth of total 70 people, because that's how much people there are on top of Trayvon. So think about this, right? When you think about this, man. What are the chances of all of them saying, hey, we believe in this project, let's not cash out anything, even though I know there's 100 million people around me and there's only 4 million at the door? You're going to rush out that door straight away. And don't tell me you're going to sit there and say, no, dude, it's the new second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. You're not going to say that, okay? They're pretending like it's a religion when it's not. It's so new. It's so new. The good thing is, you listen to me because, one, we do this hard work research, and two, I don't want to just say, throw it out the door forever. No, we're watching. We're watching. You know, there is a price too low. So let's say, like, I don't want to stand in a place where, if we buy, right, those free minters are worth $100 million. I don't want to be that. I don't want to provide liquidity here. However, if, right, even in this closed circle Ponzi game, this might get people excited in 2024 and 2025. I'm just telling you it's unsustainable. So at least you know in your mind, no matter what happens, this doesn't make anything like a super religion or anything. This is a closed circle, right? It doesn't expand the pie. It only tries to get people within the pie to increase their allocation from their portfolio. But it doesn't try to get anybody new in. So I want you to know fundamentally, that's why they're closed circles. So when do we pay attention to this? We can pay attention now, man. If you really want to punt, you can punt this. This can go 3x. This can go 4, 5x. It can. But you know the deadline is 300 days-ish, right? The deadline is maybe 100 days. I think more supply is coming out. But you know the big deadline will be around 300 days. At some point, those free minters regret life. I want to see that personally, right? Here's the way I think about it. Hex's adoption amplifier. Let's look at the Hex price, right? This is very interesting. So we can't see here 0.0. Here we go. See here? This is actually where the AA day 1 was. And then Hex dropped 98%. Let's go do 98%. Bang. I think it dropped like here. So Hex's thing, this is what it went. Whoosh, and then came back up, right? Did something like that. That was actually, this is where the Hex adoption amplifier, the first price was. And then maybe the Uniswap listing. The Uniswap listing was like, you know, I think it dropped 80%. Yeah, so Uniswap listing was about here. Day 1 Uniswap listing, Hex adoption campaign. So everybody still got destroyed. The early people got absolutely, right? You got smashed. Same thing happened as then. But even people who are like, oh, I'm going to wait. Nah, you still suffered a lot of pain. And then here's the thing. You needed divine intervention. We needed a divine intervention to come and demonstrate to the market that Hex is rare. That's the key part. Of all of this, all this tokenomics, throw everything aside, closed circle, Ponzi, open circle, doesn't really matter, man. That's what we need. Is there going to be a divine intervention? So we're trying to assess the odds. So I think if Richard did the divine intervention into Hex, you would think that he thought through the game theory, right? And he obviously did. There's people who've locked up the coins for long. He could see, okay, people are locking up 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years. They're starting. They're doing the good habit, right? That's what's happening. What divine intervention would be required for Zen? I want you to know. If let's say Jack actually said, I'm going to put $25 million in. He's going to yellow it. He's going to, woo! He's actually going to pump this thing up. Do you want to know what, okay, let's actually see what happens with it. Let's do a 10x right here. We're going to do a 10x from here. And then we're going to do a 20x. Oh man, this is nuts. Even if you get, okay, if you get up, here's 25x. 25x. And up here is, oh my god, that is that 500x, friends? That is too much. Oh god, good luck, man. Good luck. All right. So that, look at Trayvon and everyone above him, right? So here, this is $100 million of money that they've minted, all right? And then here becomes $250 million. $250 million. And up here becomes 5 billion. Up here becomes 5 billion to chase the door. Do you think that's going to happen, man? So don't worry about the market cap. Don't worry about that, market cap and like the ratio of the liquidity. It doesn't matter. Just think about the size of the money. I know you don't, you should look at the relative numbers, but in this case, you should focus on the actual number itself. $100 million is huge because you have given $100 million of theoretical value to people who've only been in for like 3 months. You're not in this for a long time. You've barely been in this game and you just free minted and you only have 1 year in mind. Okay? So that's why this is all short-term duration, people, right? Still in car crash mode. Hex is now 3 years old, right? So yes, you could say, hey, there's people with like, $50 million in Hex, it's the same thing. Is the difference. The difference is, on average, the market's demonstrated people stake, okay? And you already got, this is what you got to understand as well, okay? You got this part, okay? This part? This part formed the religion, all right? That's what everybody does not grasp. Without the divine intervention from Richard Hart, you got no religion, friends. You got nothing. You need to know that. If price goes down and it stays down, there is no religion. It doesn't matter what you do. People will go to price go up. That's it. You have to get price to go up. People will keep moving to that. If it goes down, people say, screw it, I'm out. Let's go buy the dog. Let's go buy another NFT. I'm done. Let's move on. New season. Oh, this thing isn't like it. I promise you this. You don't have to promise. Go do your own research. Go look at it. Do you know any single coin that's gone down forever that still has a religion, right? You can't use examples like XRP because XRP did a 500x in 2017. So yeah, it's gone down for 5 years. People have stuck around, but they're only there because of the 500x part. Don't forget that. People are only here because the Hex price go up part. And don't think it's the same. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. It's the same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum's price went up harder than all the alt layer ones. Ethereum went up 4,500x from the ICO in the first cycle. Bitcoin's up 6.5 million x. It's done heaps of thousands of x's and stuff. That's why people are there. They're not there because of the like, oh, we're going to change the world. Some people say they're there for that. But I promise you this, if you took away the price pump, their effectiveness and their belief in the system will be significantly diminished. Significantly. It's not even close. So, to conclude, we have Zen. We have a lot of short-term duration people. Even if we get back here, there's 100 million people of short-term duration, $100 million worth, but only $4 million liquidity in the door. And yeah, that means, of course, right, this would be $20 million liquidity and up here, like $100 million. And this is such short-term people who don't have any lockup. There's no incentive to tell them, hey, stake long, you get more of the game theory and stuff, right? So, have a think about it again. We want to see the message change, right? So, I got asked as well, what would I want to see, right? Last thing, what would I want to see to buy now? So, firstly, I'd want to see 90%. I'd want to see, 80% down. Yeah, I want to see another crash. I want to see all those people get wiped. I want to see people, their free mints, I want them to really be tested. Yeah, so I'd like to see it actually down again. And it would actually say minus 100% on this thing. This is not the full chart, but yeah, really, really, really down. I want those free minters. I want them to think about what they did. Because right now, they're just like, we're kidding it. Right, that's one scenario. However, that might not happen. Maybe we just round off. Maybe the market keeps recovering and you get people coming in. For some reason, people buy it. I then want to see it go up, right? We don't know how high it's going to go. Maybe it goes here, maybe it goes here. And look, I'll tell you now, eventually it's going to come down. And on that retracement, we'll then assess the community. Its growth, right? What they're building, what they're doing. Is there evidence of other teams coming, right? Not just people making these burn stuff, not the burn close mechanics. That's what we want to see, okay? So I'm not acting now. I don't act now because if you run this scenario, right? I'd rather punt on something else. If you run this scenario where we go sideways for 300 days, Trayvon and the 70 people above him still get $10 to $20 million to chase only $400,000 of liquidity. And by the way, you know this 400,000, you got to divide it by 2. This is the bid side and the offer side. So really, it's only $200,000 of bid side liquidity. So think about that. Do you think $10 million to chase 200,000, 200K, so 0.2 million, 200K of liquidity. Do you think they're all going to hold hands and say, Zen, Zen, Zen to the moon, Zen to the moon? Do you think they're going to say that? Or you think someone's going to be like, I'm out of this, screw this, all right? So have a think about that. That's game theory right now. And for now, we're just going to wait until next time, friends.